frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out, you throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
Here's the first carry for Christian McCaffrey. Runs into traffic and hits a wall. No gain. Big Jordan Davis getting there for the tackle. So at the end of one, a defensive touchdown has provided us our only points so far. Neither side separating much so far. Back to Levi Stadium right after this. We're back, and it's 49ers football as we resume. They start out 2nd and 10. Purdy throwing here. On target to his back. Here's Christian McCaffrey. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's a 49er first down.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
A give left side to McCaffrey. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4. Let's go now. At the 35-yard line.
Shotgun snap for Purdy. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions, from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything, and they just did.
McCaffrey on 3rd down. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And it brings up a San Francisco first down.
You love a huddle? Okay, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
Buffalo 18.
Purdy throwing here on 1st. Reeled in by George Kittle. And he'll go down here at the 16. So it's the 2-minute warning here from the home of the faithful. And it's the 49ers looking at 2nd and 1. McCaffrey running between the tackles. And that's a huge hit there, but he's still able to power through enough for a 1st and goal.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
First down, and they go right back to him. And that carry only nets 1 on the plunge up the gut.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
8 yards to go as they get set on 2nd and goal. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. Has it in close. Touchdown, San Francisco! Now the 49ers deciding to keep the offense on the field. They're going for 2. They'll try it on the ground. And he's into the end zone for 2. That sets him up with a 14-point lead. Defense perhaps a little too worried about the pass there, partner, and as a result, they're able to run it in for 2.
It really becomes a numbers game down here. And you see a lot of teams employ this, right? If there's numbers there against the pass, we're going to be committed to running. If they stack the box, we've got to be willing to throw it. In this case, it was a numbers advantage and the simplest path for 2 points.
On the return, Britton Covey. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 41-yard line.
They've got first down from the 31.
No touch. Hey, 73. No touch.
Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Trying to find his tight end. So that brings up second down.
Great. No touch.
Hurts. Taken in by Smith. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. New set of downs for him from the 46.
Great. Set. Yeti.
On first down, Hurts. He'll get this one to Brown. He gets loose down the right side. He does it. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles make it a one-score game before halftime. A.J. Brown, the touchdown. Eagles offense staying out there. They're going for two.
Great. No touch.
Trying for it on the ground. And he reaches the end zone, so the two-point conversion will cut the lead down to 6. So here's the kickoff, Brock. Just 6 points now separating our teams. And this kick is going to go out of bounds. Oh, my. That's going to place the ball at the 40-yard line. First and 10 from the 41.
Come on. Set.
They motion the tight end over. Purdy on first down. This ball's caught by McCaffrey. And that is a big hit right after that catch, so the play limited to maybe just a couple yards. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down.
43-yard line.
From the gun is Purdy. That'll be incomplete, and the clock shows 10 seconds left.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
He's back to throw. And they don't connect there, so only 6 seconds remaining.
You know, that is so hard to do. That's called body control. Great positioning to swat the ball away, not go through the receiver, no penalty flag. He's got the body control and, more importantly, the timing to knock that ball away.
And he's there. Fair catch called for and taken. So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Ewart with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. It's Deebo Samuel with the return. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. And the drive will start out with a first and 10. They'll start this one on the ground with McCaffrey. He's finally caught, and he lost the football. Oh, no, it's out. They pick up 20 yards there. And that's a 49er first down.
You know, Kate, there was a memory burns into my dad, high school coach's memory forever. And that was after winning the game, losing coach comes over and says, Mike, I guess sometimes better to be lucky than good. No, my dad was good. In this case, the runner, he was lucky. He was lucky the sideline saved him as that ball bounces harmlessly out of the way.
And the push forward doesn't get beyond the line. Zach Bond with the tackle. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up second and 10.
brings up 2nd and 10 at the
Let's go
Eagles'
now.
49-yard line.
Throwing with a blitz on the way. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
In a situation like this, you got to be a fixer. I mean, this game is hard, and you get into known passing situations, it gets even more difficult. But when you don't get rid of the ball and you take another sack, you make this 3rd down a near impossibility.
His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And that brings up 4th and long. The 49ers are lined up in punt formation. Absolutely crushed his first punt, and here's another huge one. He signals for the fair catch and brings it in. We don't get a return out of that punt. And the Eagles will take possession. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. They send a receiver in motion right. Hurts now from the gun. Taking a deep shot there on 1st down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete.
The offense not shy about sending them downfield to try and stretch that secondary. Even still, one of the deeper targets you'll see him get. It's a shame they couldn't find a connection.
Connection made with his running back down the middle. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. A gain of 27 yards there. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down. Barkley trying this up the gut. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4. They go to Barkley again. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line.
You know how we hear about teams that quarterbacks avoid targeting a stud cornerback, just throwing away from him? Well, maybe they should avoid running it anywhere near this guy. He's having no issue stopping these plays cold.
Dotson now in motion right. Hurts with it on 3rd and short. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. Looking to throw. He's got Brown on the slant. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I love those moments of truth. We get to see exactly how they handle it when all the pressure that drives right on them. Turns out, handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing on.
Man in motion, headed right. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Couldn't connect with Dallas Goedert. So it's 2nd down coming up. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Finds a seam down the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. So they'll be set up with a 1st and goal when we come back. It's the Eagles in possession to start. They trail, but that lead is reachable. First and goal, they've got 4 chances to tie this one up. Hurts throwing again. Able to get it to Barkley.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. It sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
They're lining up on the doorstep. 2nd and goal from inside the 1. Staying between the tackles with Gainwell. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Eagles come through to tie it in the 4th. Well, we all knew what was coming when they got into that goal line formation, didn't we, Brock? And they just pound the rock in for an old-school touchdown.
I just sometimes love that stuff.
Yep.
Nothing fancy, nothing cute. Here's our formation. You know we're running right at you, and we challenge you to stop us, and you can't.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And that kick goes out of bounds. They're going to get great field position out of this. Well, we knew it, Brock, and now they know it too. That one was on their defense. First and 10 from the 41.
Here we go, set. Ready.
Handoff headed left to McCaffrey. And he's brought down after a modest gain up to the 46. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Here we go, here we go.
They stick. The ball's out. The ball's out. He lost it. And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play.
Well, sure, you're looking to try to get a first down on 2nd down. You're trying to create a manageable 3rd down, but I'll tell you what you're not trying to do, ever, is give the ball away. And that's what the offense does to the defense right there.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. We get a timeout here taken by the 49ers. That's going to be their first. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite out of the big meal between them and the first down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
Looking to throw. Makes the grab in bounds left side. They touch him down, but a great pickup, and it's good for a first.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. And he's able to push this down to the 12. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1. We've reached the 2-minute warning in Santa Clara. Eagles clinging to a 1-point lead. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Straight ahead, here's Barkley. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. A 1-yard gain on the play. And that's a Philadelphia first down.
Hey, I know the temptation is there. If I'm thinking in the booth, I know that play caller is too. That could have been a chance to be aggressive. Not the case. Go get the first down like they did, and a new set of downs to work with.
Wow, they're going to pass it here. Wow, still throwing, and this is intercepted. Jair Brown has it. And the 49ers have some new life in the 4th.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Ooh, look at this. Here he goes. And that throw just too high for him.
Defense relentless on that play. As some of them closed in on that pocket, the others took away the easy throwing lanes, and they really influenced that incomplete pass.
Defense with an excellent opportunity at a stop here on 3rd down. Slot receiver headed left.
Go.
To throw. He's on the move. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, Their coach wants to see them convert those.
19 Lions.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. Into the hands of Kittle. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. He'll look to throw it. Flushed out of the pocket. Now here he goes. And he gets out of bounds after a small 2-yard gain, but they needed more from that play. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Setting up to pass. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. Darius Slay has it.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
They're out and set. 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. Juke the defender. And he'll be brought down along the 25-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.